Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. In this one, I'm going to be going over the Okina Prime and its Incarnon. Now, the Okina Prime, paired with its Incarnon form, of course, it slaughters everything. Um, this melee is absolutely insane. I know I say that about a lot of builds, but again, that's just because all of them are crazy strong when they're modded correctly and everything like that. And this weapon is no exception to that. So, getting into the evolutions like normal, the first one actually does have some stuff to talk about, so we are going to talk about it here. So you reach 6 times combo, then heavy to activate the Incarnon form. That's per usual, there's nothing different there. But this weapon, in its Incarnon form, its kind of abilities and things like that is that kills generate spectral daggers that target enemies and they apply max cold status
Orcus
stats.
keeps a tidy
You
keep,
also gain
and
plus
they
100% melee
therefore never
damage,
tend to
plus
allow
20%
animals on board.
sprint speed,
In
and plus
Orcus's
20%
experience,
to
animals do
parkour
not count
velocity.
so much
Now,
as
this is extremely good
reliable.
because cold, as a status effect when an enemy is fully frozen, will increase your critical damage up to 2 times the critical damage that it would have been doing. So it essentially doubles critical damage, which is extremely nice, and we're going to be playing into that a little bit. For the second evolution, your two options are increasing the base damage by plus 20 and then 5 additional combos on targets affected by slash. The other option is to increase the base damage by 20, and then on a critical hit, you get plus 6% status damage for 10 seconds, and it stacks up to 5 times for a total of 30% additional status damage for 10 seconds. So, obviously, we're going to be opting for this one. This one's kind of nice, but all this is doing is it is speeding up how fast you can hit 12 times combo. That's it. That's really all it's doing. This one is making it so that like all of your status is hitting harder, and especially since we're going to be running a blast influence build, that's what's going to make, the build even more insane is running this evolution right here. For the third one, this is kind of a whatever you want type evolution. There really isn't a bad answer. I prefer the +1 range, but if you want to run standoff or swordsman's celerity, you can. I don't recommend running either of these, but the middle one is kind of nice, and then the left one, of course, is extremely good for influence builds. So we're going to be running that. For the fourth evolution, your options are increasing base critical chance by 2%, increase base status chance by 8%, increase base status chance by 12% with a plus 25% status duration, or increase base critical chance by plus 6%. I'm opting for the Alchemy of War evolution so that you increase your base status chance by plus 12%, and then you gain additional status duration. I just think that this one is the best option for the weapon. If you think that another one is good, by all means, please, run it to your heart's content. For the actual build itself, you heard me talk about this a little bit earlier, but this is going to be a blast electricity build. And the reason why is because of that additional status damage and everything like that. So these are the mods that I'm running. Feel free to pause at any point if you need to read what any of them do, anything like that. One thing I will say is that there is possibly a world where you can do this, remove this, and replace it with Galvanized Elementalist, and that will most likely be better than running Prime Pressure Point. I've already seen what this does with Prime Pressure Point, so I'm actually going to um, opt for removing Prime Pressure Point, and I'm going to see what this can do with Galvanized Elementalist. It should be fine, considering this is going to be increasing blast damage, which is exactly what this would be doing, but I feel like this is going to be increasing it more. And then also on melee kill, you get the additional status chance, which is really nice. That also means that if you want to, you can replace these 60/60 mods, at least one of them. You could probably put, a 90% mod there, anything like that. So you get a little bit of flexibility when you mod it this way. And so, with all that being said, there's not really much else that I want to say about the build or anything. Just that this build and this weapon is insane. So yeah, just hop into the gameplay.